will find out soon enough. Oops. There we go. Okay. So I think when we left off, we were exploring the ruins of Vendigroth, which is a city that was destroyed by the big bad guy many years ago because they were building a machine capable of killing him. And our goal is to go down there and weird. Apparently I relied on my quick saves. Anyway, we're going to go down there and see if we can find this machine so that we can kill Mr. Big Evil Badman. So, what's this? Oh yeah. The shrine. If we step on the shrine, we die. Right. You have to have apparently every blessing from all the gods, and then you get to use that shrine. But we don't have anywhere near near all the blessings, so that's not happening. Oh, there's a door here. There we go.
How can I help you?
Hey Fishash, how you doing, man? Yeah, those things don't give a shit about harm. But they are robots, which, within the game's lore, you know, technology is supposed to resist magic, right? I have 31 greater mana potions. I'm hoping that's enough. Ow. If not, then I guess we'll have to backtrack out of here and go shopping. Actually, with my cheap disintegrate, forgot about that. We got half price disintegrate now, yeah. Not enough energy. So does it seem to be registering that it's half price until I cast it? Alright then. Unknown chemical compound. Is that like a quest item? Better take it along, just in case. Disintegrate's pretty good. That's a pretty good spell. Vendigrothian sheet metal, Vendigrothian patent leather gloves. Okay. Oh yeah. What kept my voice? Okay, good. Last time I reset the voice volume, so then when we ran into somebody with voice acting, it would be super quiet again. So we got stairs here. Wait, what? Did I just like disintegrate the door or something? Another key. Scanlan's factory destroyed by a mage. This will not stand, vows Governor. The mage that threatened our esteemed governor 2 weeks ago is returned, and this time he has brought death with him. After callously destroying Scanlan's factory, and thereby causing countless deaths, he had the audacity to threaten the governor yet again, saying, "This is only the beginning, if you continue down the path you've chosen." The governor, to his credit, refused to bow to this Aranax's whims and told him to get out of his office. We have no comment from the governor on the direction the meeting took after that, as he is still in critical condition in the hospital. His duties have been assumed by the lieutenant governor during his recovery. Freyhoff's device finished. Our first line of defense is complete, boasted Dr. Samuel Freyhoff, as he held up what the press has begun calling Freyhoff's device. Any mage will think twice before attacking a civilization that has the capability of wrenching his very life force from his body with no hope of magical resurrection possible, he continued. Plans to begin construction of more devices, as well as several other types of anti-mage devices, are now underway. Alright. Alright. Is this it? Vendigroth device, there it is. I guess we don't need this. We got what we came for. Let's do a manual save here. Yeah, we did part of this dungeon last time, so... Whoops. Okay, so now that we have it, now what? to Tula, maybe? Hey, Tabasco. How's it going, man? Hey, thanks for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Alright. Well, first things first, let's go buy some mana potions. Hey, Prof Keen. Tabasco hungry? No. Oops. Creep armor? Huh. That's a fancy looking sword. There's no fast way to do what I'm doing. Stop it. Okay. Just trying to get to the gypsy. This game needs a merchant who just has like thousands of potions. Just buy as many as you friggin' want. town is such a dump. Oops. Yeah, the king fucked up. Corned beef and cheddar Sammy's, natto and a chef salad, tons of egg. Damn. Yeah, he's a crappy king, and he shouldn't be king. We met the guy who's supposed to be king. Okay, so what the hell are we supposed to do now? We got this device. Do we have to go talk to Asradin? I hope not. I don't want to fucking... Oh good, he's got his own separate thing, okay.
What are you doing here? I told you to meet me in the Ring of Brodgar.
Oh. Okay, he's just like, go to the Ring of Brodgar. Okay. Not enough energy. Keep fucking up my save names now. Whatever. Okay. Ring of Brodgar. Some rose oil, right? Yeah. Alright. Any merchants here in this town? Oh, there's the inn. Doesn't look like it. Okay.
Are you prepared to face Aranax?
I guess so.
Then it is time. May your gods accompany you to the other side and help you to stop Aranax.
It better, or we're all in for a bit of trouble. Poof. So I guess we leveled up there, and we got 2 points. And alright, we're back to fighting enemies we can harm again. Wow. Void animal carcass? Why would I want to carry around a void animal carcass? Weird. Is that going to be a quest item we need? Jesus Christ, is there enough of them? I'm sure if I throw them on the ground, the NPCs will start picking them up. Luckily, NPCs don't pick up stuff that's on corpses. They pick up anything that's laying loose on the ground. But if it's on a corpse, they don't touch it. Stop Aranax. Pretty straightforward. Alright, so we got some weird platforms. I mean, I'm streaming for like 6.5 hours, so I think there's a pretty solid chance I'll get this dungeon done. Unless this dungeon is absurdly big. Still says I'm in combat. Is there something hiding behind a tree somewhere? There we go. PUBG after this? Oh yeah. Absolutely. Okay, this just put us on a different map. Interesting. rest out here? Oh, I don't need to go nuts on my potions. Oh. Well, that makes things a little different. Just got some stairs down here. Yeah, jellyfish are freaky. Spirit snake. Doesn't seem to be hostile. Hold there. What's your business here? Here for Aranax. Get out of my way. The guard seems taken aback, surprised by your aggression. Yes, of course. We were told to expect visitors. Aranax is inside. Feel free to enter and speak with him. Okay. Weird. Yeah, there's some huge jellyfish in the ocean. Big ass motherfuckers.
Yes? What is it?
Aranax, I presume?
Your presumption is correct. And who might I have the pleasure of addressing?
I'm Sinatar.
Well, what brings you to my corner of oblivion?
Enough with the pleasantries, Aranax. I've come to stop you.
Interesting. And just what is it that you are going to stop me from doing? I have so many things on my social calendar these days, it is difficult to know which you are making reference to in particular.
I'll not permit you to escape the void and return to Arcanum.
You will not permit me? How droll. You really have absolutely no idea what you are involved with here, do you?
To be honest, I've become involved in events beyond my control.
That is a feeling I have much familiarity with. Sometimes I feel that my fate was decreed from an early age.
You're here because of your actions, not some cruel twist of fate.
Do not misunderstand me. I take full responsibility for my actions. Though, how are one's actions determined, really? How is our view of the world shaped? Mine was shaped by arguably the most powerful individual in the world, my father. He raised me on tales of the righteous superiority of the elves and the destiny that brought us to rule over all the races.
I don't think it was Nazruddin's intent that you destroy a whole city.
What did he expect? He shoved a young, immature, and inexperienced fool into a position of immense power and set me loose on the world. Why didn't he stop me? He should have stopped me.
Wait, are you trying to tell me you feel guilt over what you did?
Most certainly. I have had 2,000 years of my grievous errors and judgment replaying themselves in my mind. One tends to grow a bit of a conscience in all that time.
Fantasy. Good fantasy movies are pretty rare. Have you seen The 13th Warrior? That's pretty good. Where was your new conscience when you threatened my life?
I did no such thing. I've been here for ages. Do you really think I could reach across the void to torment you?
I tire of your lies. Come out of your shell and fight me.
You fool! You think this is my protection? This is my prison! I've been trapped inside this shell for nearly 2,000 years!
What? That's impossible. This must be some sort of trick.
I assure you, it is not a light-hearted jest, though I wish that it were. I have been trapped here since soon after I was banished to this realm.
Who could have possibly trapped someone of your power here?
This is Kurgan's doing. When I first came here and realized what he was becoming, I attempted to stop him. Our battle was intense, yet brief. As you can see, I was not the victor.
Kurgan, the necromancer that you hated and had banished?
One and the same. It looked as if I was correct as to the effects of his experimentation. His dark magics have transformed him hideously, in body and spirit.
Do you think he could be behind all this? Tell him your story.
Being that I am trapped in here, my opportunities to get information are, shall we say, a bit limited. On the rare occasion Kurgan has deigned to visit me to play his intellectual games, he has dropped some veiled clues that might make sense in light of what you've told me. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say Kurgan is impersonating me.
To what end?
It sounds as if these dark elves you mentioned have patterned themselves after the misguided philosophy of my youth. They are proving to be powerful allies in his quest to return to Arcanum, it seems. I doubt they would be willing to help Kurgan the Terrible return to exact his revenge.
So, Kurgan is the one I'm here to stop.
That would appear to be the case. If you were able to facilitate my release from this prison, it would be my pleasure to help you destroy Kurgan.
How? Kurgan defeated you last time you fought.
I'm not saying it will be easy to defeat Kurgan. In fact, the attempt might be fatal. Yet, I believe it worth the risk. We cannot let him return to Arcanum. It would mean the end of all life there. I have a few acquaintances on this side that may be interested in helping us as well, should you succeed in releasing me.
I have the Vendigroth device.
Then our task should be at least a fraction easier. All we need to do is hurt him enough so that he attempts to regenerate himself, and then you can use the device on him. Of course, this is easier spoken of than accomplished.
I'll release you so that you may join me.
I'm afraid I do not know. I do not believe Kurgan could maintain this from a distance, so there must be something near here.
That doesn't match what I said at all, but okay. There's still things I need answers to.
What are your questions?
Where's the Black Mountain clan?
I do not know. I would assume the gate they are building is located somewhere near Kurgan's castle, though.
What can you tell me about the Void?
I do not know much, but what I do know is that there used to exist some sort of civilization here, and the world was not broken up into distinct land masses. I do not know if some ancient war destroyed this realm, or if it was the doing of one of the heinous villains the Council banished.
The Council didn't even know what the Void was?
It seems irresponsible in hindsight, but at the time they felt the Void was oblivion. Nothing was supposed to be over here. What is it that you wish of me, then?
What happened between you and Kurgan when you got here?
When I first came here and realized what he was becoming, I attempted to stop him.
Oh.
Our battle was intense, yet brief. I was a bit full of myself back then. What is it that you wish of me, then?
I think Kurgan needs to be stopped, yeah?
I could not concur more vigorously. If you would facilitate my release from my prison, I would join with you to defeat him.
What do I need to do?
I'm afraid I do not know. I do not believe Kurgan could maintain this from a distance, so there must be something near here.
Alright, I'm off to find a way to release you then. So, we leveled up again. Level 58. Is this Highlander now? Yeah, pretty much. That can be only one. You've no business here. Leave immediately. The penalty for disobedience is death. What is this place? A Told you to leave. You won't be warned again. Neither will you. Step aside or pay the consequences. Okay, these guys have too much health. Clancy Brown's awesome, yeah. He's always great. Everything he's in, he's either... he makes it good, or he's the only good thing in something bad, but he's always great. I should probably kill one of these guys legit just to see if they have anything on them. What is this? That's big. Get him, doggy. Yeah, okay. No loot. Alright, we are free to disintegrate at will.
How can I help you?
Becoming more and more glad we took the half cost disintegrate option. Spell's too good. I don't know if I'm supposed to go in there or through the teleporter. We'll keep looking around here. Oh boy, money and jewelry, that's what we need at the very end of the game. Doesn't actually look like there's anything up here. Clancy Brown was in Pet Sematary too. I've never even seen the first Pet Sematary, so I didn't know it had a sequel. The hell's that? Whatever the hell it is, I don't seem to be able to interact with it. Got a dead dwarf up there. Holy fucking shit. What the hell? I don't think there's enough of them here. Need an area effect to disintegrate. Well, the single target one still works pretty good. Ding! Again. Okay, I guess that's the way to the next chunk of this place. Hey, Ranscott. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? I guess we found the Black Mountain Clan. God damn. They got wrecked. Oh, we have some survivors. Someone from the other side has come. Who are you? I am Grenjar Silverhammer. Tell me, did Stenar reach you? Yes, but he died before he could tell me what was happening. Stenar, he hangs his head for a moment. How did he die? He perished in a horrible Zeppelin crash. A Zeppelin? What's that? It's an airship, a boat that flies, suspended under a large balloon. What? I've never heard such a thing. How is this possible? The world has changed greatly since you've been there. No doubt driven by dwarven ingenuity and technological advances. After Bates' engine, the humans began developing machines. So, our folly haunts us once again. If only we had harnessed that boy's ideas, what might have been. Well, that is of no consequence now. If we hadn't made some errant judgment the Dark Elves could exploit, another clan would have. Can you tell me what happened? The Dark Elves had been lying in wait, looking for a way to bring some dwarves over to this side. They knew that technology would eventually weaken the wards to the point of failure, but they decided to accelerate the process. They needed a machine to open the rift back up by distorting the already weakened wards. An elf couldn't make a machine to save his life. And then Bates made a steam engine. Exactly. Somehow they convinced King Logair to banish us. We were shocked, to say the least, but our king had spoken. We were told our banishment was to the Isle of Despair, but this is where we ended up. We can only assume our king knew nothing of their true intent. I don't believe he did. As soon as we arrived here, we were beaten mercilessly and thrown in chains. As our work progressed on the gate, Stenar formulated a plan. As soon as the gate had any functionality, he would go through and attempt to warn the other side. We knew that his absence would be noticed, and that they would try to stop him. Please go on. He began preparations to disguise himself as a gnome. He starved himself to the point of sickness, and when the gate was near readiness, he shaved his beard. He believed that the full responsibility for what had befallen us was his. He would do whatever he thought was necessary to make things right. Even that. What happened after he went through? They tortured some of the clan to force us to reveal his plans, but we wouldn't break. We knew they needed us to finish the gate, and we'd been disabling the gate in various ways for months. For all they knew, we still had months ahead of us to finish the thing, and when we could have been finished months before. And then they killed half the clan in a last effort to force us to talk. We still did not break, and now we are all that is left of our once great clan. I will return to free you when I have killed those responsible. Okay. Oh, that looks lovely. Oh, cool. Thanks for the follow, man.
How may I help you?
Alright. She has a sword now. She doesn't have to punch everything.
Greetings. Long have I waited for your arrival, and finally this moment has come. I am Kurgan, first of the Necromancers, voyager in the lands of the dead.
I see. Not exactly the person I originally expected.
I would think not. Although I know that you've already spoken with Aranax, so you probably know much of my tale. Tell me, what do you think of what has transpired?
I was taken aback, I must admit. Tell me your side of the story.
My life, in the world you call Arcanum, seems so very distant. The memories clouded like those of a child, and a child I was then, probing the darker magics, given glimpses of the truths yet to come.
The Council, were they right about the magics? Look at you.
Yes, look at me. And what do you see? A monster? An abomination? You've no idea what I've discovered. You see with eyes tainted by life, and all which that accursed state embodies. My vision is clear because of those magics you hold in disdain. And the Council, it is they I have to thank for it.
But they punished you. Why would you thank them?
In your world, your Arcanum, I was powerful. Perhaps the most powerful human magicka who has ever been. But to humans, cursed with our shortness of life, our brevity, what is this power? What can be learned in that impermanent spark that is our lives? Nothing. But here, in this so-called prison, there are no limits. There is no end.
I don't understand.
This place, this void, has no time as you know it. I've been here for more than 2,000 of your years, and yet I've aged not at all. I feel as I did the moment they sent me here, or as when the Dark Elves first called to me. Do you now see? Here I can do everything I did in your world, but I am unfettered by the chains of mortality that time hangs upon us.
Fine, then stay here and leave our world be.
I truly wish I could. My reasons for returning aren't what you'd think. I had no aspirations for power or domination like your companion Aranax did. Aspirations that I became the victim of. No. Those are the motivations of the living, and I no longer place myself among them.
Then what? What is it you want?
If only I could show you the places I've seen, you might understand the things I say. I've been to the desolate lands, wandered by those souls who still see the lands of the living, but wear the cloak of the dead. Blind to their own ends, they cry, passing through one another like shadows in the dying light of the day. I've traveled to where souls rot in torment, pierced with the jagged shards of life and vision, clinging to memory, regrets of the flesh. I saw that this prison was of their own making, and the key was in unknowing, in release. And still, I traveled on. And finally, I came to the place where souls go to die, where the mirrored and worn spirits fall into an endless sea of gray, mirrored glass. And I lowered myself within, and lay there among them, and I almost did not return. And do you know what I found there? There, among the silent and battered shells of the innumerable, peace, enlightenment, truth. Only then did I realize that this place, this life, is an abomination, a horrible distortion of the natural order. This life, who mothered pain and fear and envy, these twisted children who exist only because we are here to feed them, to nourish them. This life, this afterthought, a disturbance, a mere ripple in that great dead sea. Not even the cause, but merely an effect, sending these souls upward, screaming for release from the day they are torn from their waters. The effect of what? I do not know, nor do I care. Have you ever spoken with the dead? Called to them from this side? Pulled them from their silent rest? Do you know what it is that they feel? Pain. Pain when torn into this wakefulness. This reminder of the chaos from which they had escaped. Pain at having to live. There will be no more pain. There will be no more chaos. I see your soul, traveler. It screams, tattered and spent. Do you feel its pull? Do you hear its wailing? It is within my power to calm these waters, and that is what I shall do.
I suppose that's a different sort of way to look at things.
Hold on a moment. Might I speak with you?
Of course, Virgil.
What he is saying, it's not completely untrue. I've seen the places he speaks of, felt the peace and serenity of that great dead sea. It's not something I'll ever forget.
What are you saying, Virgil? Do you agree with Kurgan?
Of course not. I made my choice a long time ago, and I choose to stand with you. Yes, there is pain in life, pain and loss and sorrow. But there is also joy and the pleasures of growing and learning. You can't have one without the other, and I wouldn't want to sacrifice either. But in the end, I stand with you, whatever your choice.
Thank you, Virgil. As for you, Kurgan,
I can no longer tolerate the atrocities that this thing, this life has brought about. There will be peace. There will be quiet. Life will no longer be. And so I go to Arcanum to be an end to it. And then I will join the souls of the dead when it is done.
hey, Beard Dandy, how you doing, man? An interesting point of view. I can see the merit it holds.
And why not? I realize that you follow the way of the righteous, or at least that's the role you've decided to play. But you've yet to see the other side. Follow me, and I'll show you things you've never imagined.
Your offer's tempting. Hey, Retrograde Tom, thanks for hosting, man. Welcome, everybody. We're just finishing up Arcanum here. This guy's the big bad villain, and I think we're gonna join him. Your offer's tempting. Yeah, I'll join you. Very good. You have indeed become powerful. You will make a great ally in the struggle to come. But I've still a task for you to complete. Succeed, and we will cross together, bringing death and its truth to all of Arcanum. Of course. What is it you'd like me to do?
There are 4 beings of great power who still live here in the void. One is Arcanum, who you already know of. Have you also heard of Gorgoth, Karakatur, and the Bane of Kree?
Yes, I know of their legends. Their stories are unimportant, but they were sent here, as I was, by the decree of the Elven Council. I hold them no ill will. They've never opposed me, but they are very powerful. The last of the Void Dwellers who pose me any threat. And where do I find them? It's like bugging out. I'd hit him too. Dang it.
Very good. You have indeed become powerful, and you will make a great ally in the struggle to come. But I've still a task for you to complete. Succeed, and we will cross together, bringing death and its truth to all of Arcanum.
Alright, what do you want me to do?
There are four
It's the
beings
same thing
of
I just
great
finished
power
reading.
who still live here in the void. One is Arcanum, who you already know of. Have you also heard of Gorgoth, Karakatur, and the Bane of Kree?
Hey, Steppy Road Games, how you doing?
Their stories are unimportant, but they were sent here as I was, by the decree of the Elven Council. I hold them no ill will. They've never opposed me, but they are very powerful. The last of the Void Dwellers who pose me any threat.
Where do I find them?
You've already used the portal devices. Wearing this ring while using them will aid you in navigating them more easily. Kill them all, and return to me. Do you understand?
Sure.
Then destroy them, and return here.
Okay, I'll do so in return. I figure we'll try out the different endings. We'll start with the evil ending. Just write down 112 is the save we've got before this, so I remember which one to go back to. Whoops. Oh, for crying out loud. Stop going in the portal. There we go. Just being evil for the sake of being evil? I mean, why not? Evil endings are usually the more interesting, well thought out endings in video games. That's the one where the developers like get to have some fun and exert their creativity, so that's the ending we're gonna check out first. The good endings are always just, oh, you kill the bad guy and everybody lives happily ever after. Yay. You know, whatever. Oh yeah, we're supposed to wear this ring. Right. I thought the ring was supposed to have to wear both of them? Actually, I've spent this whole game trying to get people who are trying to kill me to stop trying to kill me. That was my motivation every time anybody ever asked me why I was doing what I was doing. I was like, because there's people trying to kill me and I'd like them to stop. That's all. I wasn't trying to save the world. Okay, I'm confused. Yeah, if everybody's dead, then, you know, the assassination attempts stop. These all lead to the same fucking place. I'm wearing the rings. What the hell? I'm super confused. Don't activate them. There's no, like, visual clues that I can see. Maybe I was supposed to be wearing the rings before stepping on that teleporter there. No, looks like it still just brings us here. Random bloodstains on the ground over here. What if I killed so many void lizards they just don't want to fuck with me anymore? Unless this is one of the guys. Oh, that's Gorgoth. We have to kill him. Me Gorgoth. Gorgoth need food. Gorgoth? You mean the Gorgoth? What a small world. Gorgoth hungry, need food. Eat, eat, eat. Your manners leave something to be desired, Gorgoth. I eat you. Chew on your little bones. Gorgoth eat little man. I'm afraid your mindless mysticulation has come to an end. I would just disintegrate him, but he might drop something we need, so... Ow, ow. He dropped nothing. Could have disintegrated him. Oh well. Okay, so that's Gorgoth down. cave down there. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, Tabakern. I don't know if the void is what he was talking about. I think he's just talking about being dead and not being trapped in the void. Not quite sure. Because that's what Virgil was saying, right? Virgil died earlier in the game, and then he was saying, yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about because I've been there too. Why are there just 3 characters left now? Some of them might be dead. I might have murdered some of them. Some of them might have taken issue with some of my decisions, and I might have had to kill them. That's all. At least now I know who my true friends are. And 2 hours rest isn't enough to fill my mana now. We have a lot of mana. Ow. Yeah, we got weird void jellyfish. Oh, there's a sword there. That looks cool. Rygard's Falchion. 35 to 50. Holy cow. How is there no room? Alright. Big ol' sword for our ogre friend. Ray tracing. Oh man, it's like the early '90s again. Are we gonna get a Rise of the Robots sequel? Maybe new Ultrabots with sweet ray tracing technology. The new NVIDIA cards, they're like RTX 2070 and 2080 or something like that. I remember the first time ray tracing was like a big deal. What's old is new again. I can trace all the rays. Well, the difference now is you can do it in real time, whereas before they were pre-rendered using ray tracing, but still, it's pretty funny. Oh, we got green jellyfish now. I like the fact that this is outdoors, so I can just spam resting to get my mana back. No, they're still traditional video cards. They support ray tracing, so you can play Battlefield 5 and the new Tomb Raider have ray tracing. So you can play them with slightly fancier lighting and reflections and run them at 30 frames per second. Hey, Godor TV, thanks for the follow, man. But there's still like, I think the 2080 is 50% faster than the 1080. So you can still run normal stuff and you can run it nice and fast. Ooh, here's Krakatour. Alright. Who dares disturb the mighty Krakatour? I suppose that'd be me. Dreadfully sorry about that. Sorry? Sorry? Do you have any idea the powers I can bring to bear against you? The wrath of Krakatour knows no bounds. Wait, you said Krakatour. I read your journal. What? My journal? You mean my last testament? Where'd you get that? Tell him. That was still in the lair of Bellerogram after all these years? Wait, I don't quite remember what I wrote. That was the eve before my glorious battle against the Nazridan and the Elven Council. What a great battle it was. Strange, your journal had the taint of cowardice all over it. What? I will kill you for even speaking those words. Krakatour is like a god. Krakatour is monstrous, towering above the whimpering masses like a furious storm. Krakatour! You're pathetic and weak, Krakatour. It's that simple. What? No one speaks such words and lives. Tremble before the might of Krakatour. I've spilled oceans of blood, mountains of bones mark the roads of my fury. Fire and destruction. Maybe I'm not making myself clear. You're a joke. The creature's eyes nearly bug out of his head. I've never heard such insolence. I'll devour 100 generations of your family. They will curse your name for the tragedy you have brought upon this day. They will. Okay, this is ridiculous. I think you're a weakling. Fight me. His bulk seems to shrink. He lowers his head. You don't seem in the best of moods, but what have I done to deserve this treatment? I mean, first Nazridan and his cronies gang up on me, and now, you will pay for this. I am Krakatour, masticator of millions. I will dine on your entrails. You're a blowhard. I've known tougher milkmaidens. Don't push me. If you keep on this path, I will destroy you, and your descendants, and your ancestors too. Yes, for I am the great mighty Krakatour. There will not even be a memory of you, for I control time and the elements. I am a god in dragon form. I am... just fight me and shut the hell up. What? No one speaks such words. Oh god, now we're just going in a loop. I must go. Okay, I guess I just... Alright then. Krakatour's dead. A human bandit. This man has the look of a fierce warrior. His heavily muscled body is covered in scars and tattoos. He sniffs the air as you approach. A fresh arrival, eh? You still have the smell of the world on you. I'd ask who you are. I'm assuming this is Kree. Yeah, Bane of Kree. I've been known by many names, but the only one that matters now is the Bane of Kree. That is the name I was known by when I wielded power over men. Ain't romantic? How'd you come by that name? Kree was where I forced the world to respect my power. No one had ever breached the great walls of Kree, but my hordes swarmed over them as if they were but a mirage. I held the fate of every man, woman, and child in my hand, and showed them no mercy. His eyes glaze over as he looks into the distance, savoring his moment of glory once again. If only I could return to Arcanum. You mean you savagely murdered them without cause, coward? He is on you faster than you can imagine, with his blade at your throat. Do not mock me. It will be your last mistake. Threatening me was your last mistake, savage. Ooh, he's got a fancy sword. Torgen kills ancestral sword. Some kind of random armor. Just dread armor.
What is it that you want of me?
You have a question, Trippy? Alright, shoot. Yeah, I've got wizardry at Ungog. Hey, we're back where we started. How do you run it windowed? I've never tried, I don't know. Probably have to use something like DX Wind or DG Voodoo 2, maybe. That might do the trick, or it might not be possible. Hard to tell with those old games.
You have more you wish to speak to me about?
I had an interesting conversation with Kurgan.
Interesting is an understatement. I would venture to say that it is probably the most bizarre conversation you have ever had.
I told him I would kill you.
I see. Is that truly your intent?
Yep.
Well then, release me, and let us proceed to fighting.
The thing is, Kurgan did tell me how to release you.
I'm afraid I do not know. I do not believe Kurgan could maintain this from a distance, so there must be something near here.
You'd tell me how to release you even though I'd kill you?
When you release me, you will die.
Only if I die laughing at your screams of pain. Is it the snake, maybe? It was the snake. Yeah, you're a real tough guy, Ernax. Have you checked the PC Gaming Wiki, Trippy? If anywhere has information on how to run that game in windowed mode, it would be there. This looks very planescapey. Yeah, this part of the game does. We're in a place called the Void. It's where they banish. You know, when you ever banish a big evil bad guy, they get banished to the Void. That's where we are right now. I'm going the wrong way. No, I didn't kill the Black Mountain Clan. They're still there. Alright, let's make a save.
I see you've returned. And have you finished the task I've given you?
Yes, they're all dead.
Then you are truly ready to walk by my side on this journey. It is only for us to cross the bridge. Are you ready?
Yes, let us go and finish this together.
Having joined with Kurgan in his quest to extinguish all life, you returned to Arcanum by his side and vanquished all that lived there. Kurgan then turned on you. In the ensuing battle, you narrowly defeated him, but at great cost to yourself. You are even now sitting upon the ruins of Arcanum, waiting for your end to come.
Okay, that was pretty lame. Alright. So that's the join the evil bad guy ending. That ending actually was pretty fucking pathetic. Okay, so we made a save before we do all that, so let's go see if we can recruit all these guys now. And we can also release Aranax, since I now know what the trick is. It's the stupid spirit snake there. Okay. Well, the other alternative, I'm assuming we fight him, but it sounds like we could, I won't be persuading him, obviously. My character has no persuasion skill at all, but yeah, we'll fight him and we'll recruit all these legendary monster guys that we just went around and killed. Since there was dialogue options to get them to help, so I'm assuming we can get some of them to help us anyway. Alright, Gorgoth, hungry, need food, eat, eat, eat. I'll get you some food if you'll help me fight Kurgan. Yes, kill Kurgan for food, blood, meat. Okay, I'll come back with some food. So now we know what all the meat that was dropped in that one area is for. I don't know how much food he needs, exactly.
How may I help you?
You can move move out of my goddamn way. That would help. Alright, hopefully that's enough meat. Yeah, we got the bad ending. We join Kurgan. He turns on us. We kill him, but the world's still destroyed, and we're just left in a world that's dead. The end. Here, Gorgoth, I brought you an animal carcass. Mmm, food, great food. Kill Kurgan for food. Okay, here you go. Will you join me? Gorgoth, no like lots of people. Leave Gorgoth alone. You're bothering Gorgoth. Oh, I'd have to, like, kick somebody out. I thought they would just, like, show up and help in the final battle, not, like, become actual party members. Well, fuck that. This is where the sword is. Yeah, I can always kick Sog out for Aranax. Since Sog isn't like a voiced NPC, he's just some random doofus. He didn't slaughter them, I slaughtered them. Unless by he you mean me. Then yes, I did. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I only slaughtered the ones who didn't blindly follow my every word and command. That's all. It's pretty reasonable, I think. Whoops. Where the hell was that dumb sword? Oops. Oh, here we go. Used up too much mana. Knocked myself unconscious like an idiot.
What is it that you want to...
Alright, oops. Why can't I move? There we go. Get up there. Jellyfish. Excuse me. Disintegrate's a good spell. Disintegrate is a very good spell. Who dares disturb the mighty Krakatoa? I suppose that would be me. Dreadfully sorry about that. Let's see. Wait, you said Krakatoa. I read your journal. Do that again. I'm sure it was mighty Krakatoa. Now, will you help me? Oh, now let's not rush into things. I mean, this is Kurgan the Terrible we're talking about. Not that I will have any trouble dispatching him, of course, for I am Krakatoa, the ruination of past, present, and future, the... Yes, please, what are you saying? Krakatoa expects payment for his services. Do you think I would come to your rescue without some sort of offering? You must pay your respects. Krakatoa exacts a heavy toll. Entire villages have been sacrificed to appease me, for I am... Let's see. Wait, I think I have your eye here somewhere. What? My eye? How in the name of the gods did you come across that? Interesting. I should kill you for just bringing it back to me, for I am the awesome Krakatoa. Veins tremble when they hear my name. I roam the nightmares of young children. Do we have a deal or not? Yes, I suppose I've been missing Maya for quite a while. I suppose I could take it. Payment for my services against this madman. So you'll join me. Krakatoa finds your goodness repulsive. Guess my alignment's too high for him to join me. Fair enough. Alright. So, do I call you Bane, or would you prefer Mr. Krieg? Meant no offense, please accept my apologies. Alright, be gone with you, you sniveling coward. I have no use for men who will not stand their ground. Let me prove myself then. I could kill Kurgan with your help. Kurgan, he spits. I welcome the chance to slit his throat. He hesitates, but after what he did, what did he do? He looks away, seemingly in shame. He defeated me in battle soon after he arrived here. After delivering the killing blow, he brought me back to life to taunt me. I've waited long years for the chance to make him pay for that. I know the feeling. Join me so that we may defeat him. Why should I join with you? What have you to offer me? The taste of victory on the field of battle, once again. I'm not the kind to rush off saving damsels in distress and the like. I'm tired of your babble, leave me be. You did have that sweet sword.
How can I help you?
How may I help you?
Just realized we have small plate mail on her inventory that I could give.
How can I help you?
To you. Just don't have to wear these shitty robes anymore. There you go. Okay, let's go free Aranax and have him join us. I was gonna say, where'd the snake go? Snake's right there.
Many thanks for releasing me from my horribly lengthy incarceration, sir. I am at your service.
It's high time we showed Kurgan the error of his ways.
Let us send Kurgan off to that death he finds so compelling, shall we?
How do we find Kurgan?
I do not know. There is a portal in the room behind me. Perhaps we can use it to travel to the other parts of the void.
Let's go. Alright, we have Aranax in our party.
What may I do for you?
He is equipped with absolutely nothing.
What is it that you want?
I don't think small robes fit on an elf.
How may I help you?
That'll probably work though.
What may I do for you?
Didn't equip it. Apparently he doesn't want to wear anything. Okay then, naked Aranax it is.
Greetings. Long have I waited for your arrival, and finally this moment has come. I am Kurgan, first of the Necromancers, voyager in the lands of the dead.
I see. Not exactly the person I originally expected. We'll go through this again for the people who came in for the raid, so...
I would think not. Although the presence of Aranax tells me you already know much of my tale. At least as much as he deemed necessary in order to bring you into his confidence.
I've heard his side of the story, tell me yours.
My life, in the world you call Arcanum, seems so very distant. The memories clouded like those of a child, and a child I was then, probing the darker magics, given glimpses of the truths yet to come.
The council, were they right about the magics? Look at you.
Yes, look at me, and what do you see? A monster? An abomination? You've no idea what I've discovered. You see with eyes tainted by life, and all which that accursed state embodies. My vision is clear because of those magics you hold in disdain. And the Council, it is they I have to thank for it.
But they punished you. Why would you thank them?
In your world, your Arcanum, I was powerful. Perhaps the most powerful human magicka who has ever been. But to humans, cursed with our shortness of life, our brevity, what is this power? What can be learned in that impermanent spark that is our lives? Nothing. But here, in this so-called prison, there are no limits. There is no end.
I don't understand.
This place, this void, has no time as you know it. I've been here for more than 2,000 of your years, and yet I've aged not at all. I feel as I did the moment they sent me here, or as when the Dark Elves first called to me. Do you now see? Here I can do everything I did in your world, but I am unfettered by the chains of mortality that time hangs upon us.
But the Dark Elves thought they were calling to Aranax.
Yes, I know. Ironic, isn't it? It was on my ears that their feeble and pathetic cries had fallen. To me, Kurgan, who had defeated their master and thrown him in chains. Kurgan, who had manipulated them into subverting the Panari and weakening the wards. Kurgan, who used them to send me the dwarves of the Black Mountain clan, who have now finished the bridge back to Arcanum.
But why? If you like it so much here, then leave us alone.
I truly wish I could. My reasons for returning aren't what you'd think. I had no aspirations for power or domination like your companion Aranax did. Aspirations that I became the victim of. No. Those are the motivations of the living, and I no longer place myself among them.
Then what? What is it you want?
If only I could show you the places I've seen, you might understand the things I say. I've been to the desolate lands, wandered by those souls who still see the lands of the living, but wear the cloak of the dead. Blind to their own ends, they cry, passing through one another like shadows in the dying light of day. I've traveled to where souls rot in torment, pierced with the jagged shards of life and vision, clinging to memory, regrets of the flesh. I saw that this prison was of their own making, and the key was in unknowing, in release. And still, I traveled on. And finally, I came to the place where souls go to die, where the mirrored and worn spirits fall into an endless sea of gray, mirrored glass. And I lowered myself within, and lay there among them, and I almost did not return. And do you know what I found there? There, among the silent and battered shells of the innumerable, peace, enlightenment, truth. Only then did I realize that this place, this life, is an abomination, a horrible distortion of the natural order. This life, who mothered pain and fear and envy, these twisted children who exist only because we are here to feed them, to nourish them. This life, this afterthought, a disturbance, a mere ripple in that great dead sea, not even the cause, but merely an effect, sending these souls upward, screaming for release from the day they are torn from their waters. The effect of what? I do not know, nor do I care. Have you ever spoken with the dead, called to them from this side, pulled them from their silent rest? Do you know what it is that they feel? Pain. Pain when torn into this wakefulness, this reminder of the chaos from which they had escaped. Pain at having to live. There will be no more pain. There will be no more chaos. I see your soul, traveler. It screams, tattered and spent. Do you feel its pull? Do you hear its wailing? It is within my power to calm these waters, and that is what I shall do.
I suppose that's a different sort of way to look at things.
Hold on a moment. Might I speak with you?
Of course, Virgil.
What he is saying, it's not completely untrue. I've seen the places he speaks of, felt the peace and serenity of that great Dead Sea. It's not something I'll ever forget.
What are you saying, Virgil? Do you agree with Kurgan?
Of course not. I made my choice a long time ago, and I choose to stand with you. Yes, there is pain in life, pain and loss and sorrow, but there is also joy and the pleasures of growing and learning. You can't have one without the other, and I wouldn't want to sacrifice either. But in the end, I stand with you, whatever your choice.
Thank you, Virgil. As for you, Kurgan?
I can no longer tolerate the atrocities that this thing, this life has brought about. There will be peace. There will be quiet. Life will no longer be. And so I go to Arcanum to be an end to it. And then I will join the souls of the dead when it is done.
I see. You're really quite mad, you know.
Am I? It all depends on your point of view. Take yourself, for example. You've been told from the beginning of your adventure that you're the second coming of Nazrudin, the return of the living one. Do you believe it?
No, I think it's all a bunch of drivel.
As well you should. There are no prophecies. It's just the nature of living things to want to conform their existence to a foreseeable pattern, to attempt to exert control over the chaos that surrounds them. Life by its very nature disallows this. Life is an accident, the result of random chance. Therefore, its nature can be no different.
Get to the point. What does this have to do with your insanity?
There are those who would look at all that has happened to you, and then look at you, and call you a madman for not believing in the prophecy. Your opinion is based on what you have seen, what you know. My perceptions on the nature of life and death are no different.
Perhaps, but my opinion doesn't threaten the whole of creation.
That only bothers you because you see your creation as the natural order of things. I've told you it's only the effect of a meddler, the incoherent scribblings of a child. It's not meant to be.
Enough of this. Be happy, Kurgan. You're finally gonna die.
Very well. I shall send you to that great Dead Sea, and then you shall know.
Apparently he turns into a giant Dragon monster, okay. He has a lot of health. Get him. Get him, doggy. So is he gonna waste all his movement points chasing me around? We could just kite him while everybody pounds on him. Okay. He just moved me even farther away from him. Looks like he's at about half health now. There you go. Attack my friends. He's almost dead. Ow! He's getting his ass beat by a doggy. Yeah, this is true. Stupid zombies. Somebody just died. Use the device on him. That looks like it hurts. The game music is playing over the cutscene.
Because you delivered the secret ingredient to Jungle Dun, he perfected his alchemical process and eventually found a way to make gold from common lead. Needless to say, he became the richest man in all of Arcanum. Because of your mindless destruction of the bridge materials in Shrouded Hills, Lucan and his henchmen continued to control the only route in or out of town. Without the means to trade, Shrouded Hills withered away. The old Panari temple is still there, standing over the ruins of the town like a headstone.
Rip.
Maximilian was returned to Dernholm, and all of Cumbria rejoiced in the return of their rightful king. Under the new rule of Maximilian, Cumbria quickly grew into a powerful nation, embracing both magic and technology. And once again, the proud banner of the Dragon Knights flew from the ramparts of Dernholm Castle, set there by their new captain, Liana Peldar. The long-standing deception of the Panari by the Dark Elves was finally brought to light. Alexander became the new High Priest of the Panari, and he wrote a new chapter for the Archaeon based on his experiences with the Living One. Because you convinced the mayor of Blackroot to rejoin Cumbria, there is a small struggle between Maximilian and the Industrial Council concerning ownership of the town. Maximilian was determined to defend his own, and he was successful in doing so. Under the protection of their new king, Blackroot grew into one of the most important port cities in all of Arcanum. Loghaire Thunderstone never returned to his people, and a distraught and confused Ranver assumed leadership over the Wheel clan. Without the strong king, the Dwarven clan splintered, and a bloody war followed. In time, Ranver gathered enough followers to put an end to the conflict, but the dwarves were never the same again, secluding themselves forever from the outside world. The Bedouin continued to live in the dark fens, fighting here and there with loggers and poachers, but mainly keeping to themselves. They continued to live the primitive lives of nomad hunters, and they never spoke with the elves of Gintara again. Upon returning to Arcanum, Arronax buried his father on the Isle of Thanatos. Later he traveled to the Vendigroth Wastes, and there used his powers and single-handedly raised the city from the ruins it had become. Vendigroth again became a place of awe and wonder. Yet, after all of this, Arcanum is still what it always was, a place of possibility, a place of change. One thing is certain, and that is that nothing at all is ever certain in this place. Who's to say what the future holds for the land we call Arcanum?
Alright then. It doesn't even go to credits. Who cares who made the game?